I came to Denver and went to work for Western Paving in 1966. That was when Junior was working on the paving crew. I'm not absolutely sure. I think he was a laborer at that time on the paving crew. Later he became a screed man and spent a lot of time as a screed man. That was the first that I met him.
I first met Junior back in, actually 1979 was the year I first met him. Worked with him at Western Paving for 19 years. And I first started at Western. We worked with a pipeline company, and then they moved me into the asphalt division and gravel, and so I worked along with Junior on some of the asphalt jobs he did, and then they got me doing all the gravel work over there, Western Paving.
I became to know Junior. I was living in Fort Collins, and one of the welders for Western Paving lived down the street from me. But anyway, he calls me up, and I was doing asphalt for Sterling Paving up there, and he calls and tells me Junior Ellette's looking for somebody to help him out down there. So in '80, I give him a call. I come down and I met up with him, and I come down and I run a paver and a roller for the first, well, I started there in August, and then the next year he talked me into being one of his paving foremen. He just got promoted to the superintendent, paving superintendent.
I worked with Junior for 19 years, and I tell you, I've never met such a man that did quality work, and actually he put Colorado on the map for the asphalt work in Denver. Everybody knew Junior, knew the good work he did, the joints he did, the hours he put in. God, he just loved working, you know, and he was up bright and early, and he was always working late. So kind of the old style class of people. He was fantastic.
We started out, and the big projects that we were on were E470, C470, and then where his final deal was on the airport, where he passed away while I was working out there at the last year.
Junior lied about his age. I'm not sure how old he was, but I think he was about 16 when he started at Western Paving. Junior was a very self-motivated guy. He worked in the early days for a superintendent or a foreman on the paving crew named George Ruff. Junior was the calming influence on the crew. When George Ruff retired, it was the right decision then to put Junior in charge of that crew, from a screed operator to the foreman or superintendent of that crew. We later evolved to where we had more than one crew, and at that time there was foremen, and Wade Fiscus, of course, was one, and Larry Martinez was one foreman, and Junior overseeing the whole paving operation.
The ones that I can remember, that's when we brought the coal cows down and first started laying with the belly dumps, and also then we started building up pavers to 17 foot wide and laying 5,000 ton in 9.5 hours.
Where's that at?
E470, right down there with you.
The company, and he always did quality work. I mean, his work, he never cheated on depths or anything, as far as I know, and he was just dedicated to laying that asphalt and making the asphalt right. You know, it was just in his blood. You know, now of course he always looked out for the company, but he knew how to lay asphalt, and I think he knew how to lay asphalt. You didn't have training classes or anything back in those days, and he learned from experience, you know, and so he knew how to roll that asphalt and how to rake those joints, and he had some good people working for him. So.
He cared. That's a simple way to explain it. He cared the product that he produced, the smoothness, the joints, the overall appearance, the organization of the operation. Well, I would say that, you know, Junior was one of the most respected people that I ever was associated with, by me personally, because of his dedication, his faithfulness. You know, it was just a great pleasure to be able to say that, gee, I'm Junior Elliott's superintendent. You know, he was one of these guys that you couldn't, there was no way you could do too much for him. How much can you pay him? How big a bonus can you give him? The bigger, you know, he just deserved everything he got plus in his life.
And we always knew when he was, we weren't doing what he thought, because he'd start rolling up his sleeves. Remember that? And spitting. Mm-hmm. And when he come in there doing them big strides, you knew that something was going to happen. No, just that he was a good person, and like I say, the night he passed away, he didn't come out to the airport that day, so we'd heard that he wasn't feeling good that afternoon, so we checked on him, and then we got a hold of Cliff and went by him. That's when he left.